max because we love that divvy. But today is going to be a special episode where we talk about a lot of discounted household names.
Some names that we're getting into and buying, some other things that we're like, hey, this is a good opportunity. And obviously the market's so big. There's so many things that we could probably go into, but we've narrowed it down just for a couple of our personal favorites and then some things that are, kind of out there that are just discounted as well. So definitely is about to be pretty solid. I mean, for instance, I've been buying some Microstrategy.
Yeah,
I took a long-term leap.
I mean, Microstrategy 52-week high was $200 flat. 200 flat, and now it's at like 129, 130. So it's like, what do you do here?
And Bitcoin, I mean,
like, what do you do here
from Bitcoin?
From $130 to $200? That's like a 55% return. Yeah, like long-term leap, that bad boy, right? I know. So yeah, there's like there's a lot of discounted names, and MicroStrategy is a really good name. Like, you're talking about Michael Saylor, the number one Bitcoin holder in the world.
Yep.
Like, his company's just running it up with
Seriously.
Bitcoin. Like, they're just like, gimme.
It's the best way to bet on Bitcoin without directly putting it in Bitcoin.
Yeah, and like, I mean, look at MSTY. MSTY's yield max product that's associated with MicroStrategy.
Also very discounted.
Yeah, the 52-week high on that's $45.90, and its current price is around $22.92. It's around $23.
MSTY, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the low was $19.99, so it's
it's like
right there.
Yeah, it's like 15% off the lows.
Yep.
Like I think MSTY and MSTR, depending on how you play it doesn't really matter how you play it. They're both the same thing.
Different risk tolerance.
The only difference is that MSTY is the income option strategy, is the yield max.
Yeah.
But MSTY has been shooting out 5, 6, 7% dividend monthly for a pretty good grip already.
Yep. So it all depends how you want to play it, either both, or if you want that nice monthly income and you want to kind of ride the growth a little bit of MicroStrategy, you can go in there. But investing directly in MicroStrategy is going to get you the direct correlation to Bitcoin in a way, not all the way, but pretty much.
Look, I mean, like, Bitcoin's running around 59,000 right now, so it's definitely off the highs, right? But like, I think that everyone that's in the crypto markets right now can pretty much say like that we're all in cahoots with Bitcoin getting to 100,000.
Oh yeah,
like,
when nobody knows when, but like, it's going there.
Like, mean, like, everyone wants it to go there. I mean, anyone from big institutions, from just your small mom and pop firms, like, it doesn't really matter. Everyone that's in Bitcoin is like 100K about.
I mean, you see today,
everyone's in there.
It was at 61, and now it's back down to 59. You see, MicroStrategy does like the same thing. Went up to 138, went down. So it's.
I mean, like, since I've been watching the crypto market has always been the most volatile market. Mm-hmm. It's very volatile. Yeah. Like, you're going to have a lot of volatility in there. It's going to be, Bitcoin one day is 63,000, next day is 59,000, next day is 62,000, next day is 57, next day is 62. Like, it's going to be all over the place. Like, if you're trading there, whether it's options, futures, anytime you're in the profit, just take that money and keep it going.
Even Tesla, too. Tesla's at 200 now, 52-week highs, 278.
Yeah, we had to bring up Tesla, right, because we jumped in there on some short-term calls, right, and then we also took some long-term leaps in there. But shout out to the Discord. We gave them a good short-term play on Tesla for Friday, so we're going to see how it plays out. Tesla right now is around $200 flat. The 52-week high is around 278, but like, we know that the all-time high is a little higher than that, up in the 400 range. So, I mean, up to the 52-week high from 200 to 280, that's a pretty solid return. Like, that's a 40% return right there, up to the 52-week high.
Yep.
And then if you're talking about up to the all-time high, you got over 100% return there. And then if you're in TSLA, which we talk about often, you're going to get 2x of that. So if you're in Tesla and you're expecting a 50% return, guess what? TSL is going to give you 100%.
You really want to put it in there. TSLA, we would say, with doing your own research, of course, as we always stress, But that is where we would like suggest, to look into and to put your money into, because you can ride up Tesla all the way, and then
TSL is cheap. It's like $8-9
you get in there
share.
for like less than a tenth of the price of Tesla.
The 20th.
20th trip.
That sound like that. If you want to be exact, it's like 20, like a 20th of the price.
And you're riding up double the way. It's like it's a no-brainer.
It's a perfect way to make the bet on Tesla. Granite Shares has a lot of the L's, which are the 2X products that we have.
They're actually like I think there's something different though. They're like a different company. I'm not sure.
Granite Shares.
Yeah, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what it is? MVDL is one of them is a different one. Direction. It's shares, but whatever.
Yeah. But I mean
it's all the same concept.
I mean, it's all the same concept, and then most of the L's are Granite Shares.
Yeah.
So
you got AMD too and Super Micro. I know you want to go on them, because they're at good prices right now.
Well, I mean, we can talk about AMD and Super Micro. Like AMD's another household name. 52-week high is around 227, and then currently it's around 139, 140. AMD is number 2 in that chip sector. So, it's right behind. Like, you gotta say Nvidia. Like, Nvidia is just like king of the chips, right? Literally. King or queen of the chips, depending on who you talk to, right? But
most to say king, right?
Yeah. So, but I mean, like the chip sector, the semiconductor space is just
been
people
really
are putting their money.
Lately,
People are putting their money in, like, because it's like, think about it. If you want to bet on AI, you want to bet on crypto, you want to bet on the chip space, you're gonna do it through Nvidia, you're gonna do it through AMD, Broadcom, Super Micro computers. So, I mean, AMD back up to the 52-week high is about a 60% return.
Where was it at? Oh, dang, yeah.
Yeah, then you got Super Micro computers, which is currently at 575, right? Like, you made some money earlier last week and this week on them, and then they it just kept pushing higher. I was like, we got to keep rolling up.
It was at like 480. It's like up $100, literally.
Yeah, 20%. I mean, I like tell you, when I saw Super Micro computers under 500, I was just like, yo, this is not gonna last.
Yeah, no,
it's not gonna last. And I told you, you're like, for real? I'm like, yeah. And like, you made some money instantly when it went up to 515, 520.
Yeah.
Like
quick little rack.
Yeah. Like, we should have kept rolling it up, but it's all right. We're probably gonna get back in there again. But Super Micro computers is around 577 right now, and the 52-week high is 1229. So you got like a 110, 120% return there.
If it can get back there, which more than likely it will. It's gonna.
Yeah. I mean, everything's gonna take time. Remember, August is the FU month, as we say it, right? Yep. It's just one of those months where the market's gonna be volatile. It's gonna be a lot of deep sell-offs and big household names. It's gonna be a lot of sell-offs all over the market, and people are gonna be getting screwed left and right, margin calls, etc. But just like I said, on these big red days and in these big dips and these big household names, this is when you want to open your wallet.
No, when you see your position's down 15%, 20%, it's another red day down. Hey, maybe it's not a bad idea to take some of that cash. Just
even
nibble
deeper.
Down a little bit.
Even deeper. Like, a lot of these names are going through 50, 60, 70% drawdowns. Anytime you see like a big household name go through a 50, 60, 70% drawdown, like, you just jump into
even a nice little 10% dip like Chipotle did, Chipotle.
I'm not really impressed with 10% dips. Like, 10% dips you just buying kind of just feels like you're buying at the high. Yeah. Like, when you see big drawdowns of 50, 60%, 70% on household names.
Like Super Micro, you're saying. Like.
No. I mean, it happens to household names all the time.
Yeah.
It happened to Tesla. Happened to Meta. Remember, Meta was $4 something and went down to $95. Went through an 80% drawdown.
Yep.
Like, the problem is with big household names is that people don't think they can go down.
Yeah.
So that's the common misconception. Oh, I'm in Microsoft. It's only going to go down 10 or 15%. No, bro. It can go down a whole 70, 80%. I've seen it. Like, it will happen. Whenever the market wants to take it there, they're going to take it there, and there's nothing you can do about it. So you got to really...
What are you going to do to take advantage of that opportunity? Exactly. Are you going to be well prepared to be able to do that?
Yeah, so like more of the story is when you're having these big drawdowns, you want to get into those positions again. And not even again, you want to add to them, lower your average cost price, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you want to lower your price and like really get in there, right? Like, look what happened to TSL. TSL went from 17 down to 8. Look at what happened to MVDL. Went from $90 down to like 40, 45, right?
Yep, close down to 40, yeah.
Yeah, so like these names could have huge drawdowns. It's just the point of like taking advantage. So you got MicroStrategy on discount. You got Tesla on discount. You got AMD on discount. You got Supermicro Computers on discount. And then you have CMG. CMG, look at Chipotle is a perfect example of a good discount. Chipotle immediately when Brian Nichols left the company, well, he hasn't officially left, but we all know that he's planning to leave to go to Starbucks. Look what happened. Starbucks erupted 25% in one day.
Yeah.
Like the options went crazy. They made millionaires. Like if you were betting $2,000 to $3,000 on short-term Friday calls on Starbucks, you became a millionaire overnight.
Yeah,
literally.
Doubt. I mean, who would have been?
But
if you did.
I mean, the options are up 50, 60, 70,000 fold. Up 50, 60, 70,000. That means you're up 500, 600, 700 fold on your money. Crazy insanity. But
it all goes. It's Starbucks.
And shout out to everybody who was in the leaps.
Yeah.
Because like Starbucks leaps is money.
Yeah,
it was literally money.
I mean, they had the board going back and forth with Starbucks. Like certain high stakeholders were like wanting to get them out. So they did that.
The dude that they had there was a shithead.
We watched the interview. We were like, moving all like fidgety. Like this was the last earnings. After they got clipped.
He was a shithead.
You could just tell when you see certain people in life. You're like he doesn't have like that charisma. It's
I feel like he was just dead. Like he had a pretty good resume. He did some good stuff in the past.
Yeah.
But look, I don't even know his name. And I'm not gonna say his name. I know it, but I'm not gonna say it.
I don't even.
Okay, he did such a shitty job at Starbucks.
Not even worth it. But yeah, Brian Nichols gonna turn it around.
I mean, like everybody know Brian Nichols is a beast. So
that's the
guy. Brian Nichols leaving Chipotle. Look, Chipotle got smacked down 10% immediately.
Under 50, yeah.
It went under 50. It went to like 49 and change, and then bounced right back up. Now it's hanging around 51, 50, 51, 52.
Honestly, it really doesn't change the look of it, the future outlook.
It's
someone different driving the boat.
The 52-week high on Chipotle is $69, almost $70, $59.26 to be exact. So like you,
or 69.
Yeah, 69.26 to be exact. Yep. So it's like you have a stock that's at 50 going up to 70. It's a 40% return right there.
Yeah.
And like that's a household name. Like, could it get cheaper? Yeah. Like, are there better opportunities in the market? Yeah, for sure. I like Tesla better. I like Supermicro better. I like AMD better because I feel like AMD is one of those that can go from like 139 probably up to like $400 or $500 a share.
Yeah.
And then they'll probably announce like some sort of split or something.
They're like the last one that probably needs a eventually split. They've split before, but not recently.
Supermicro, like once it gets above 1,000, it'll probably split again.
Yeah. Because what they're doing at 10-1, right?
Well, I mean,
or no.
I mean, they're probably gonna do something like 10-1. Like usually when they get up to 1,000, they like to do 10-1, 15-1.
I think they are though because they still announced it and they got clipped. I'm not 100%.
Oh yeah, like I think they did, right? Yeah.
Because we were wondering, we were like, "How you still got clipped? And you announced a 10-1." It's very rare, but
it's August.
A split does. Yeah, it's August.
It's August. It doesn't really matter. Like August kind of defies logic, but it's just a seasonality of the market. Like August, September, especially August, like things just shift around, and a lot of politicians go on vacation, and people are just de-risking on a lot of household names that they made money on all year.
Yeah.
Like Rick Reeder was just on CNBC talking about de-risking. So him being like the big asset manager that he is, like when you have guys from like BlackRock and Vanguard and like you have these big like asset managers come on CNBC and talk about their de-risking, that's like that's a clear sign that the market's gonna take a dip at some point.
Yep.
And like look, I think the market has come back in the past like week since that whole I guess apocalypse as you can say last week, right? But now like I think it's probably come up way too fast. So
without a doubt.
Yeah, like I think the market's gonna start
I think it's
heading lower from here.
It's due for it, at least like we say in August, And
yeah, I mean the market's gonna come down.
Sees the light, it'll break out of here. But
yeah, like futures are gonna drive down. Gold futures will probably head up.
Yeah.
So
it's even Nvidia too. Nvidia through that whole apocalypse was down under 100. Close to 90, and now it's at 117, and it's just like
madness. Like NVIDIA almost touched $60.
Yeah,
went from 40 to 60 in like a week, 50% like that.
NVIDIA is just we all know it's a beast of its own. If you're in the stock market, like NVIDIA is like if you have certain sectors, it's in the semiconductor sector, but it's really like. It's really in its own
I
class.
mean, like out of the discounted names that we've been talking about, Microstrategy, Tesla, AMD, Supermicro Computers, which one do you really like?
You know what's crazy? I think this one's gonna surprise you. what I say.
Oh, here we go.
I think it's going to surprise you.
Go ahead.
I'm not going to say the bottom one here. I'll get on that conversation later.
Please don't. You can have that conversation on the side.
But I think MicroStrategy, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
I really think MicroStrategy. I mean, I'm big on NVIDIA. I sold out of NVDL and I just took it in some leaps. I got a couple long-term leaps in NVIDIA that are already up 25%.
So you like Michael Saylor a lot, right? Like
I think
you like what he's doing, like how he feng shui's
I think
with the market.
Because honestly, I didn't know too much until we started breaking it down. And once we broke it down, and then I did some more research, I'm like, man, I've always been afraid of crypto. Just because of how volatile it is, and it's not like a U.S. equity, it's a cryptocurrency. But seeing what he's doing and wanting to get into crypto, but being a little afraid, but like, you know what, this is a way to get into it without directly being into it. And hey,
it's true.
And I'm already in it by getting MSTY. So it's like, why not just be in it on the growth side either? Because I'm already betting on it to go up through MSTY. So I think our podcast, the guys at Let's Save Together turned me into a believer for MicroStrategy.
Yeah. Well,
what about you? I'm be excited to hear yours because I
think MicroStrategy is going to do really well. Like, I mean, if I had to pick out of MicroStrategy, Tesla, AMD, Super Microcomputers,
I know what he's going to
CMG.
Pick. I know what he's going to pick.
I'm going to have to go with Tesla.
I already know. Look, I have my finger on it. I know it, though.
I'm going to have to go with Tesla. Is there a possibility that MicroStrategy outperforms Tesla? Yeah. But I think with the potential cash flows at Tesla and, understanding that Tesla has like a real business, not to say that with MicroStrategy and Michael Saylor is not like what they're doing.
No, but Tesla's potential is way more. You're 100% right
but
on that.
I wouldn't say that because, crypto, we don't know where crypto is going to go.
That's true.
Like 5 years from now, Bitcoin could be 300,000-400,000 a coin, or it could be like a shit token, like an NFT. Like we don't know. One thing I could tell you is that the difference between MicroStrategy and Tesla is that Tesla has a real business. Like they're selling cars, right? They have the whole autonomous thing going for them, right? And then they're gonna start doing the robots. So it's like they're gonna start like their cash revenues, like just like their revenues that they're gonna be building up. They're gonna be massive.
Like they're not here yet. Like you're not able to see what they're making on any of this.
And then we're not even talking about the energy business either, or like the
which
potential insurance business, or their potential Tesla Uber thing that's gonna go on.
There's so many. They're like an octopus, right?
No, literally.
Tesla puss.
I mean, Tesla could be a company that we're talking about it right now. It's worth $600-700 billion. And 5 to 10 years from now, it could be a company that's worth $5 trillion.
It could be up there, right?
Like it could be
Microsoft
like a
and everybody, yeah.
Like it could be a $200 stock that, like, we could be talking about it at the end of 2030, 2031.
TSL does 2 splits, but
yeah, literally, TSL starts doing splits like the U Pro, because the U Pro loves doing splits. They get up to like 120, 130, 140 split.
Yeah.
Like yeah, like I think Tesla has huge. I
think you're right. I think because I'm already kind of
in. They have a business.
Yeah, I'm already in TSLL. I think I'm not as much a MicroStrategy, so that's why I'm saying like I want to get more in there to kind of ride up.
I think MicroStrategy is gonna go crazy. I think it's one of those things where it could be. Look, it's saying at 130, right? I think it could go from 130 to 500 in the next couple years. Because just the potential of Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin is crypto in general is such a massive thing. And there's like you would think that there's widespread adoption of this. Bro, it's literally like 1 or 2% of like world's assets.
Yeah,
which is crazy. And then the adoption rate I think is like 5%. So there's not like a massive amount of people who are adopting it. It's not a massive big market. It's big. It's worth trillions, the whole crypto space.
But compared to the landscape of
everything that's going on in the world and comparing to like, oh my God, like the potential is unlimited there.
Yeah, I think I think we got to get on